Hello, I am Sean Sands from Gamers with Jobs. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 and France, which, where's, where's Germany? Oh, that's right, it's all gone. Um, so we are picking back up where we left off with the collapse of the German Reich and a few minor outposts still holding. Hungary, which is still at war, as is nationalist Spain and Italy, but all of them deeply, deeply marginalized. So that's all the good news. Now, it's not all good. This war certainly did not come at a cost, without a cost. As you may remember last time, I did just create a, well, what I thought at the time was a new MP division. Where did I do that? These guys. In fact, what I did, as some of you may have realized as I was doing it, was simply just added MPs to every single regular division I already had. I changed their name and added MPs to them, but they're still basically the same divisions that they were before. So if I pick any, we'll pick these guys. Right? These are all now MP Infanterie, which is good, except that it means also that I've set them all up to require just absolute tons and tons and tons of support equipment, not to mention men, which means we're going to have to bump this up. The other thing you may notice that we've talked a little bit about before is we have a lot of just ruined factories. Why is that? Well, we have a significant amount of resistance. How much resistance, you ask? Good question. It's that much. This, yeah. So it might not necessarily be bad that we have as many divisions with MPs as we do, so that we can kind of garrison and maybe quash that resistance a bit, which I think is going to be job one, alongside with just sort of finishing this war. Now, the good side of it, of course, is that the war is very nearly complete, except of course for Japan, which, you know, I don't have a lot of influence over, but I'm hoping maybe the U.S. or Great Britain can help with that. And there is also the big question out there of the Soviet Union. And they're fighting in a defensive war, but and so maybe they'll be able to take Japan as well. Are they in our war? Are they in our war? So maybe they aren't a big question. Wait a minute, are they part of the Allies after all? No, they're in their own separate war, right? Current wars. Japanese-Chinese war, is this the one they're in? No. German-Polish war? Am I just not seeing them? USSR, not on the other side. Spanish Civil War. They're in the Spanish Civil War. Against Germany, Japan, and Hungary as well, which we will solve much of for them, and maybe they'll be able to take care of Japan. But once they do, like, what are their plans? What are their designs? What are they working on? Anti-fascist diplomacy, but and where does Finland fit into that as well? Because, of course, Finland is a target often for them, but Finland is not necessarily aligned with anybody yet. So, some things to be thinking about that leave us some options to consider as we clean out the Japanese here. But one thing at a time. So, well, two things at a time. One, finish running over Hungary and Italy. And we definitely need to be conscious of not giving up ground over here. So let's... No, I don't want all of you. I just want this guy. One guy. Go here and then go over there. This one guy. Stop. Go over there. That's all I want. And then the rest of you can keep doing what you're planning on doing. We do have fighters in reserve, but there's really nothing... Our air cover is fine. There's really no battles to speak of. No... yeah. So not much to do with that air cover. So, yeah, we'll pick it right back up there. Let me get a sense of where all my armors are. Okay, so these guys are just collapsing into here, which should happen in a second, and then we'll start pushing them into Budapest. There we go. So we will have them wipe them out, And we will set them up with a new battle plan. What are you guys doing? Where else do we have? Oh yeah, they're still working in Spain. These guys are eventually going to flush out Eastern. Why don't fight across a river. Do that. Be smart. Don't fight across rivers if you don't have to. Oh, come on, finish this guy. I want to go get Budapest. Excellent. So we will take them. We will set up a new front line right here on... like that. We will set a battle plan to take Budapest. And we will get them in position. These guys are still fine. They're just managing the front. Honestly, I think Republican Spain has this at this point. But we'll let them just kind of stick around and help out. What are these guys doing? They're just hanging out right there. Can we go in here? And then maybe around to here? Good. And of course, down in Spain, things are going nicely. This needs... there's no reason for this to be separate. Put them in here as well. Yes. And then assign them there. I don't remember why I had... I'm sure I had a reason for having a totally separate army right there. This is... Yugoslavia is finishing off the Germans down here. Great. So we're swinging these guys around. In my Germany game, I have discovered the power of tank divisions, which I'm now deeply in love with. Particularly stronger ones. With good soft attack. Just, if you put... one of the things I found was and I know there's still a ton of factories just getting wrecked over here. We will take care of that in time. If you take a tank division and you research one of these things, something like, is this? No, it's this one. These artillery, light artillery, like the amount of soft attack. So soft attack is your attack on soft targets rather than hard targets. So your basic FCM 36 has a nice soft attack of 14, right? That's good. I mean, it's a tank, so you would expect it to kind of plow through infantry. These artillery have 56, which is insane. If you put them at the back of your tank divisions and then just take them through lines, it's just, oh, they're devastating. Absolutely devastating. We're waiting for... No, that's just them. I keep getting that confused. So we are waiting for them to line up. Do they have... I want you all on... Do I need to finish these guys off? Yeah, I really probably do. Yeah, that's probably more important than that and that. So let's go ahead and secure a new front line right here. Surround them, 29 divisions, and then wipe them out. Great. Once we have these guys done, we're going to start deploying them as to garrison some of this these areas that are just now train wrecks of resistance. Short on, not badly short. Because as you can see here, like, we're spending all our time right now just trying to repair factories. We have 120 factories, but this is almost all of this is just resistance blowing up my factories, which I have got to get a handle on. And we'll get a handle on, but it's going to take just a little time. Come on, go, go, go. I know you're winning, but win faster. And... they're almost in position. The strategic redeployment also, the fact that it just eliminates your organization, a little problematic. Oh my God, did you see all that yellow? All that yellow was bad. All of it was really bad. Studying MPs, studying field hospital. See, it's 1940. We should improve our production efficiency cap. We can't do our new encryption yet, so let's influence our efficiency cap, because it's going to take a long time to get... oh yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to do. I wanted to knock... So we are down to only needing 11. I'm going to cut this line entirely, since we're almost caught up with all the infantry equipment we need. And we're going to crank up support equipment, since that's... That in artillery... In fact, let's kick these fighters down a bit. Artillery and support equipment are a real just where all of our gaps are. We're going to set that up to there too. Just not worry about making... Well, we need a ton of motorized, but that's just not happening right now. Till we get all those factories back up and running again, we'll just have to suffer with kind of a low... as you can see, all of our infantry have low equipment as a result, right? We are lacking, I mean, mainly support equipment. Okay, good. Purple, you about ready? What are you holding up on? Still moving, people. Get them lined up. I don't want to miss the beatdown on Hungary. How's Italy going? I mean, fine-ish. The Italians put up such a good fight. Okay, you know what? No, I want you to do this. Are they recovering their organization? Yeah, 0.44 per hour. That's good. Your battle plans are bad. wait, those are my battle plans. I take it back. I didn't mean it. We just about plowed in here. Yeah, I think the, particularly when I switched over to having the MPs and everything, I feel like my infantry efficiency went, not surprisingly, way down. Why are these so? Because they were just redeploying. So that's when they're... I have strategic redeployment off, but it doesn't seem... Yeah, because, yeah. Strategic, when you've seen them come up with those little train tracks, it means they're strategically redeploying, meaning they're using the infrastructure of the area to move around. Right? And when they do that, their organization drops down to 10%, right? 10%. But this didn't get 90%. Yeah, it suffers a 90% penalty to organization. But if you look at this entire army, its strategic redeployment order is off. However, when I move them, next time I move them, watch, and you'll see their organization just evaporates, and that those little train track icon comes up, meaning that, yes, wait, no, yeah, that's fine. They can have air superiority. I'm not worried about that right now. What I am worried about is finishing this battle. Just finish it. Finish it. 6 days. Okay, well, finish it when you can. Good. These guys are ready. Our hospitals are improved. Field hospitals, meaning all these divisions have... I think they have... Do they not? Yeah, support field hospitals. And field hospitals... If you watch, so recovery rate, what is it? So let's take out the field hospital. I'm not going to actually save. Hit points goes down, recovery rate goes down without them in. Their attack and organization goes up a little bit, but that's pretty typical. So those field hospitals provide a much quicker recovery. I think it also, hang on, let me see. Manpower of 14,200. How much reorganization can be regained hourly when not in combat? Yeah, so field hospital kicks that up. 0.26. Recovery rate of 0.26. Why is that not changing? 281 to 283. 14,700. 14,200. I'm going to close that. Let me open a different one. Say I had this. And I added a field hospital to it. Yeah, that improves the HP. Trickle back. Oh, okay, so it helps manpower. Oh, okay. So, yeah, it really is a manpower play. It adds a little bit of hit points, but this trickleback, the proportion of losses in combat that can be saved and returned to the manpower pool. So when I have losses right now without a field hospital, every loss I get is completely taken out against me. But if I have the field hospital, then that provides 30% of my units come back in. In other words, 30% of my losses just come back instead of having to come out of the manpower pool to reinforce. Okay, cool. Like every game, learning something every game. 1940. Our land doctrines are still real expensive, right? Yes, they are. 1940, we can improve our artillery, but frankly, we're still have a deficit of artillery, right? Yeah, we still need a ton of them, so I might wait on that. I find myself like this is the nice thing. This is the great thing about a really, really good Paradox game is the more I play, the more informed I feel like my decisions are. I'm making choices based on my just better understanding of the mechanics around the game. We are studying atomic research. That's good. I think we're going to start upgrading. Well, no, we don't really have a deficit of oil, so support battalions. Like this is one of the things. Just understanding what the support battalions do and how important they are is something that took a while. I mean, once you get it, it's fairly straightforward. Okay, you can go now. You guys can go in there. Did we finish up here? Indeed, we did. We will finally wipe them out, and once we do, we're going to move this entire army into helping support. Yes. All right. Election, wartime exception. France is a state of war. France is in a state. It's not a state of war. It is in a state of war. Normally, an election would be held at this time of being in the midst of an important conflict. Many argue that we cannot afford to spend time on political campaigning or a change of leadership if that should come about. Meanwhile, others claim that declaring the ongoing war a valid reason for skipping elections is the first step toward eroding French democracy. After all, letting military matters take precedence over the people's influence could be a slippery slope. I could either gain base national unity, or we can take care of such matters when this war is through. Which would increase the popularity of communism and fascism, which have zero popularity. So there's actually really little downside to saying we can take care of such matters when this war is through, unless there are additional events that come that I'm not predicting. But political power plus 20, man, there's so much stuff I don't have. Still, I think just we have to stay true to our role-playing elements here. Like we're France, we're fighting the fascists, we're fighting these very nature. France will hold to democratic ideals. I'm sure that will never be a problem. I'm sure that will never come back to be a problem. Okay, all right. So now to begin the long process of, trust me, I know, of quashing the opposition. So we are going to garrison these guys. Now, again, they do have MPs. We don't actually need divisions that don't have MPs for this. So I'm going to take these guys and make them part of at least a different army for now. Let's send them down here, maybe. Who's down here? Yeah, they're still fighting down there. It might be worth the trouble. But there we go. Okay, so now we are going to take these 13 divisions and we are going to garrison them. And yeah, it's just bad everywhere. But I think what we want to do is particularly garrison like the Rhineland and Frankfurt and this area through here, which just has so much industry, and so many factories as a result. Like, I think that's where we want to, let's figure out here. So if we look here, we have, because you can see, are these all in ruins essentially? Yeah. I love we have like one here. I know that's original France. I'll find the ones with the, no, I don't want that. With the most military factories. What has a lot of factories? Well, surprisingly, Berlin doesn't. That's completely obliterated. Now, my bombing's probably played a part. Ooh, this is okay. Maybe here. And that's worth thinking about because this also has shipyards. Down here might be interesting as well. All right, I think we are going to garrison. So let's give them garrison plans. We're going to, yes, stop telling me. Gonna garrison here. I think we're going to garrison down here towards Rome. And we're also going to garrison the Rhineland. I think this was also German. So how many was that? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think maybe we can do 1 or 2 more and do those. For now, that's going to be it. Just because we only have 13. Well, we have 13. We might as well get what we can out of it. So we will garrison those areas for now. And yeah, we will do that. So those units, which are all MP infantry units, will redeploy here. And I think we will identify this army as an MP. Let's call them Axis MPs. Sure. Why not? So those guys, see, look, here it is, right here. Nope. They are set to no strategically redeployment, but every single one of them is redeploying strategically. Oh, what are these guys part of? Oh yeah, they're also heading over to, where did I send them? Spain? Yeah. So even though they're set to not strategically redeploy, they all are doing that. It's quite possible that I'm missing something, some understanding in there. But yeah, I don't quite get that. Down here in Italy, we're continuing to push forward. We've closed off the Germans basically here. So let's go ahead and finish that poor soul out. And we'll come down here to Graz as well, I think. Going to finish the Germans once and for all. It's going to take us so long to rebuild everything too. So I think we need to prioritize civilian factories, which seems weird, but no, it really doesn't at this point, because we clearly aren't in a war that we have to, like, the war isn't that scary anymore, I guess is the simplest way to put it. So we're going to prioritize repairing civilian factories, because those civilian factories will increase our total factories, allowing us to repair everything else faster. 7 factories, 5 factories. Good grief, look at all this just resistance. And some of that's bombing as well, but I think a lot of it's resistant. We're going to do the biggest ones first. 5, 5, 7, yeah. And how long is it taking on average? May 23rd. So it's taking a little less than a month for each one. Okay. We'll check back in on the resistance situation once they've fully deployed. Yeah. They're coming down to Graz. Oh, I think I've missed my chance to beat up on Hungary. It does look like the Yugoslavians have taken Graz. Let's just go to Budapest. Can we just beeline for Budapest? That seems like it'd be fun. The Czechs are basically taking Budapest at this point, and it should be any moment now that Hungary capitulates, and literally a moment later. Are these Germans? Italians. Everybody go beat up those Italians. Okay. France got... What do we get down here? This is Transdanubia. Cool. Alright, so are we seeing... Probably not right away. Yeah, I mean, it's not super bloody red. It's still going to take some time. But you can see where our troops have deployed now. There's slightly less... resistance there, and we in fact have free military factories again. I don't know that we do. We'll just apply them down here because they are completely unable to be applied at this point. Free military factor. We have one more. Great. We'll make another red one there. We can modify the government. Let's see. What do we have? We have political power, military factories. I think actually what we need is... I don't have one. Sometimes there's one that can minimize partisans, which I think I would have liked. Trade deals, no. Okay, we're not going to do that right now. Export focus is... Why didn't I switch this? Man, I'm seeing things I should start over. I'm not going to start over, don't worry. Factory output construction speed 10%, research time -5, resources to market plus 50%. Free trade over here, better resources to market, 5% more factory output, 5% more construction speed, 10% more research time. I think we're going to take that. That should have been way early that I did that. Carrier fighters. Okay. How is Japan holding up to the Soviets? It does not look like it's doing well, but not dramatically changing. And we have taken Taranto. Just never going to get that right. Looks like the British are making their push on Palermo in the south. This Alpine fighter is making poor life choices, it looks like, down there, but what are you going to do? Italy has now capitulated. Edward Daldier has announced that it's cowardly, blah, blah, blah. Great news. Italy capitulated. Excellent. And we got... so Italy still controls a couple of places, but we are no longer at war with Italy, right? No, we are at war, but essentially they capitulated. Nationalist Spain down to 7-9, really just leaving Japan in this war. So I think... All right, what do we want to do now? I don't want any more land. In fact, I'll probably give anything that I get out of here back to Spain once it's recovered and they're pressing in. I'm just sort of helping hold the line. So I think we will take these guys now and we will do something similar. We'll pull these guys out and put them in here. What do I want to do with them? Actually, what we will do is we will take our MP divisions 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are all the MP divisions, and we will merge them into this one. All the rest of these are the Brigade Coloniale, which are the smaller... Oh, that explains why they weren't doing real well. They don't have nearly the support. These are much... Yeah, just 2 columns of infantry and no support along with them. So no wonder they were having such a tough time down there, since that made up the bulk of de Gaulle's forces down there. God, learning so much about just controlling forces, what works where and how it works. So I think we can now garrison a few more areas. And we will. 4, 5, maybe 6. And how is our resistance? Again, slowly getting in order. We'll still need to secure Italy as well. At least in the short term. I don't know what happens when the war ends. That'll be interesting to see. What are we going to... So Czechoslovakia. So how did we end up doing? Poland even got some land down here. Poland got some land. Czechoslovakia is now full. Romania is in good shape. Poland are our allies? Poland is already in the... So Poland is part of the allies. We should begin seeing who else we can get into our little entente. Who's in the allies? Netherlands, I'm assuming, is. Belgium, I'm assuming, is. Sweden is not. So maybe we will... What do we take? Invite to faction. A war in Sweden has a neutral foreign policy, so that's unlikely. I think we will begin improving relations here. Potentially get Norway in. And Finland I would like to get in if they will even consider it non-aligned. So I think we will boost Democratic, and we will do that. It's going to use up a lot of our political power, but so be it. The Shard de... Yeah, that takes us to army reform, which will finally get rid of victors of the Great War in 70 days. Tons of planes in reserve. This really isn't providing... I'm not... I guess maybe Italy, I need to send fighters down to Italy to help cover things. Let's see. Not bombers. Let's see. Normandy. Here's some. Let's move you guys to Rome. And you guys to Rome. And, oof, there were only 6 of them. It's okay. You guys stay where you're at. You're fine. I don't need your 6 planes, thanks. Rhineland. It's all bombers. Westfalen. Let's take these 2 and combine them. Let's boost their limit up to 200 or so. And reinforce some of our fighters into that, and we will also move you to Rome. There we go. We will take all of these, and once they arrive, we'll put them on air superiority and maybe some interception for fun. That should fix that little problem. And in fact, yes, just 29 fighters. The enemy has 29 fighters, or fighters, yeah. Yeah, fighters. I was confusing them because this is actually mirrored. I was thinking because my support planes were here that support planes would be on the right, but it's mirrored. At 29, we can just watch them evaporate. Come on. 19. 17. Come on. We've lost... We're losing more. Their fighters must be really good. They've lost a lot of enemy support. They still have 1 enemy anti-air. Where would they have that? Oh, the fighters are gone. Where's the enemy anti-air? Where does Italy still have... Oh, this is still Italy. Oh, fine. I guess they're not quite done. They apparently don't know the full meaning of capitulation, but we will bring our weak brigades de Colonial down here to help support the British effort in Palermo. And potentially, I guess, maybe... What is this? Is this mine? No, that's Yugoslavia. Resistance, now much better. I mean, still good, solid pockets of resistance that I'll have to figure out what to do about. In fact, so where are these guys? Maybe everybody's just on resistance duty for a little while. I want to make a new tank division, I think. Or new motorized division. So let's take this and this and this and this. We're going to make a new division out of them. Do we have a tank commander by chance? Yeah, here we go. You're my guy. We're just going to set them up here for now. No tanks there. Got some tanks down there, but you're not done. Well, that's fine. I mean, it's well in hand at this point, so we'll take this. And look, a lot of them are still green. Okay. We pulled all the tanks out of there. Yeah. So that's all my motorized and tank divisions. So now I want to take these guys. I'm gonna... Let's see, how many... He has 19. Let's get our most experienced MPs. We will add them into here to Maurice Gamelin. Probably not. And we will move them up into here. Let me take a look here. Figure out how I want to do this. So if we check out the resistance, we still have pockets up here in northern Germany, north of Berlin. We have them throughout Central Europe, Munich, and across the boot of Italy. So we will garrison those units. Well, we do have the garrisons already set up here. So apparently it's just going to take them a little time to make an impact, I guess. But we will pepper them throughout. Include Naples there. And activate that. Maybe there too. Good, so now we've pretty much secured. We have 24 divisions now garrisoning basically from the Rhineland up to Danzig, from the Netherlands down through Sicily, or not Sicily, Naples. Are we making progress here now? Nope, they're still taking their own sweet time to get down there. That looks like we are actually going to just have them push straight on into Palermo. And then maybe try and set up a naval invasion from Palermo to Caligari in Corsica, right? Corsica, Sardinia, Corsica. Or am I flipping those? Nope, Sardinia, Corsica. I knew I was doing. Europa Universalis 4, you taught me nothing. Check on our resistance. Good. Really still getting under control. Rostock, Stettin, those are just going to take some time, I guess. As will getting my factories just back up to speed. We went from 112 up to 119, so we're making some progress. And now we have better military police as well, which should help even further. 1940, June. What now? Not that interested in naval doctrine. Can do an air doctrine. Battlefield support, operational integrity, interception, ground support, fighter detection, air support. So this isn't so much bombing as it is just sort of control. Strategic destruction, this is bombing. Battlefield support, operational, tactical bombers, flexible can perform. This is fighters, really. And I like fighters, so I'm going to stick with the fighters. Good. And we have a lot of fighters in reserve. Well, not as many as we did, but that's right. We built that new... Oh, and we don't have... What do they got in here? They got 80 planes and 71 bombers. Oh, good lord. I think we will just create a new fighter wing here. We're going to move all equipment. We're going to combine those two. 400. So we're going to have them deploy to... what is this? Languedoc? Yeah. I think that makes sense. And once they arrive, we will put them in southern France. We will set them on that. We'll have them intercept and air superiority. So 400, we have 400. Now we have no extras. But we stopped their bombers immediately, which is nice. In fact, they just pulled their bombers out. We still have air superiority here in northern France, even though there's nobody there. It's all support planes. Weird. Don't seem to be making a difference one way or another against support planes. Good. We have taken this, so we are going to take this group. Nope. These guys. Get them all in Palermo, and I want to set up a naval invasion from Palermo to Caligari. Now they will have to set that up. and lay out the plan. We will... Okay, are you ready? Can you do it? Or this is not a valid province for the invasion. Why is it not a valid province? What happens if I click this? Well, can I just move them to here? Maybe I'll do that instead. Clear that order. Transport to there. And then we'll move them south out of Corsica into Sardinia. Though, who's this? This is Poland. The Poles are already well ahead of it. And Italy's right up here, so maybe we'll focus on Corsica and then take whatever they aren't able to get. Steady improvement. Do we have a lot of units? Have we spread out our units very effectively? It seems like we just... Oh, yeah, these guys are still on their way? No, we just didn't have enough units to cover everything yet. Didn't we put these guys on here? No. So maybe we do need to have some additional divisions covering this. All right. For now, they don't have anything better to do anyway, so we're also going to have them... Nope. Press the wrong button. We're going to have them double up on the garrisoning. And here... And... Where else doesn't appear to have any... Munich does. These two areas do not. And the boot could still use some work. And maybe there as well. Did that get it all? I think that got most of it. What did I miss? Right here. Good. No, Yugoslavia, I don't. Thank you. Atomic research in nuclear fission splitting the atom yields enormous amounts of energy. I am well aware. And improved computing machines. Not going to touch that again for another 3 years, but we should research decryption. And what else? I'd like to go ahead and start... Let's get better oil plants. Still at 118, sort of holding steady on the number of factories we have available, but that should continue to improve. Republican Spain has basically taken over. They just need to secure... God, what do they even need to secure? They've got to be close to capitulating. 85% controls 22%. Oh, you know what? That's because they also have all this down here, maybe? I don't know. Let's take all of Spain and we'll see where that ends. Well, they still have Madrid. Sort of. In fact, we can help out with that. Come on, guys. Do your part. And that should hopefully, yeah, begin to turn the tide. Once Madrid falls, that should be the end of it. Unless, I mean, there's also 3 victory points here, another one there. So there's... But I think we have that well under control. Then there's just the matter of Japan. USSR. Are you doing... Yeah, and Japan is slowly... And the Brits have landed in Korea. And in Nagasaki. So the dreaded land invasion of Japan is beginning to take place. They have, let's see, that's a lot of divisions. How many divisions is that? That's 10, 20, 30, let's call it 40 divisions. And many more on the way. We could send these guys, but they're fine. I think we've done our part for democracy, for the future of, I don't know, all of the future. Good job. Strategic redeployment. You know how much I love that. Stupid. Yeah. Free military factories, if you say so. Are we starting to get any back? No, we wouldn't be because we're not repairing them. 121 now. Factories, 52 of them. Almost half of them are making consumer goods. Fortunately, we're not having to do much trading. Continue dive bombing. Are we making any progress with Finland or Norway? Yeah, it seems like they're pretty happy with us. Once we're out of the war, they will join the faction. And they will not. But we are beginning to make a dent in... So how much popularity are we building? No, I don't want to cancel. I wanted to get information on how much we're adding. So 0.13 per month. Let's see. It's at 19 right now. Not per month. Okay, per day. So a little bit per day, it looks like. We're missing... Oh, we are missing oil and tungsten now. But I'm not... I can't afford to give up a lot of my consumer factories right now. Army reform. Excellent. Yes. Finally, we no longer have that awful, just noose around our neck. Way to hold Madrid, you guys. You're doing a great job. So what are we going to do next? Fortification bonus is not a bad idea. Polish guarantee is not... It is something we can do. Does it provide us anything? We guaranteed Poland. But Poland is with the... what do you call it? The Allies. Heavy fighters, air doctrine. We can't go down this way, right? Requires bomber focus. Navy, carrier, capital ship, improved screen ships. Can't do jet effort. So I guess fortifications? Yeah, why not? Additional land fort construction speed, additional coastal fort. Alpine forts, and not sure why I'd want that, but I gotta do something. Should think about upgrading. How soon will we be upgrading our planes? We are in the oh, we all have the D520. Yeah. Oh, let's switch out our plane lines. Wait a minute. Are we still doing the old fighters? Yes, we are. Okay, so we need fighter 2, the D520s, but we're also going to create a variant since we have a ton of air experience to work with. I'm not going to spend all my air experience here. I'd like to improve my tactical bombers as well. I think we will improve the engines just because that agility increase, range, and weapons. We'll start with that. Switch that out. Is that my only line of fighters? Yeah. So that's going to take a little while. We'll need to upgrade everything, which means we might want to reference that soon, but holding at 121. But it's not 121. How many actual owned? 115 in use for occupation, 45. So why do I only have 3 lines? I have 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. Why am I not... Do I only have the 45 available to be used? I don't really understand that entirely. When's our next one done? August 15th. So once this one is repaired... Oh, yep, and there it goes. It's starting to use this 4th line now as we get them back up and running. So what happens when I finish this one? Legionnaires Bulgaria? Joint... Who did the what now? Like, what a poor time to do that. This does not seem like the moment, Legionnaires Bulgaria. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't do it. Greece. They could like us better, but I'm not going to spend political capital right now. Did we stop? Let's keep improving the relations again. Wait, no, these guys are fine. Once we're out of the war, we got them. These guys, we could still stand. Oh, God. No, we reached plus 100 with them. So, but they still haven't aligned as a specific faction yet. So we'll keep doing that. Maybe we'll make friends with Greece down here then. Go ahead and improve relations with them. Just watch yourself, Legionnaires, Bulgaria. Oh, finally. So, Republican Spain is now on their own. What is this? This is Czechoslovakia. Why do you have stuff Czechoslovakia? I think we will give our Spanish territory back to the Republicans once we've cleared out the last remaining vestiges of the nationalists. Unless that goes to France, I may keep that port. You know, just, oh no, Leon Trotsky is dead. Once the top lieutenant and heir presumptive of Vladimir Ilyich Lenin died today in a Mexico City hospital. He was attacked in his home with an ice axe by a Spanish national believed to have been in the employ of the NKVD. After a failed power struggle with Joseph Stalin and his allies for control of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, Trotsky spent the 30s in exile, living in Turkey, France, and Norway before finally settling in Mexico. He remained a constant critic of Stalin and the degenerated worker state of the Soviet Union. Well, I got nothing else. Just, well. So this is going to be over soon. And speaking of over, I think we've been at this for a little while. All that red, not all of it, but a large portion of it is now handled. Netherlands could help out in this section. Why is... Oh, because the Netherlands extended here and they picked up Bremen and Hamburg. Oh, Hamburg is mine. Interesting. So we've taken care of, I think, of our biggest problem, which is just getting a cap on the... I keep forgetting this is all mine down here. I'm like, oh yeah, I conquered, I conquered North Africa that one time. Remember that one time? In fact, I think the nationalists even started taking that back for a little while. But what is the Soviet Union's in Ceuta? Right on the steps of Tangiers, or right? Where's Tangiers? Casablanca. Wait, this is Tangiers through here. Am I crazy? Anyway, yeah, like as always, got a little distracted there. Thank you for joining me. This has been Hearts of Iron 4. My name is Sean Sands, and we will see you again real soon.